Hello and welcome! This is Mouse Gunner, and I'm back with some more Planet Coaster. And I'll be continuing on with my career play, so I am simultaneously streaming this and recording it for my YouTube channel. And what I did in the last session is I played through the first two scenarios and Captain Lockjaw's Buried Treasure. So there's only one scenario left, so let's go ahead and do Pirate Cove. So former pirate turned entrepreneur Pegleg Pete appears to be struggling somewhat. His lone-addled park is incomplete and lacking in fun. If only he could remember where he buried his treasure. It was around here somewhere. Take the helm and turn things around before the ship capsizes. Alright, let's go ahead. Start the scenario. Now, I did get into this scenario in the last stream session, and I wasn't paying close attention to the funds, and I ran out of money, and we're trying to avoid that this time. So now I know that this park is pretty much a money pit, and you have to get a way of making money very quickly or you'll run out. And it does start you with an incomplete coaster, and I was in the middle of building the coaster, and I wasn't paying attention as time was passing, and I ended up running out of money before I could complete it. So we're going to go ahead and pause immediately here and get right into things. So the main thing going on in this park, let's go ahead and just go through things really quickly here through the park management. So right now, people are pretty much happy. There's nothing really to complain about. We have one coaster, but it's closed and not completed. We have 7 shops, but 2 of them are closed. Now, I don't know if that's done for financial reasons. I actually don't know. You would think that having a shop open would make you money, but I guess it depends on whether or not you actually have guests coming in, going to that shop. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on building the coaster first, and then we'll think about the other things. We also start with some janitors and some mechanics, so we're pretty much good there. Finances. Now, one of the objectives here is to pay off all loans. Now, I actually couldn't figure out where the whole loan thing is. I'm assuming we already start with loans, which is the reason why you lose money so quickly. But I'm not exactly sure where I find that information, and that's maybe something I'm going to have to figure out. You'd think it'd be under finances, but I don't see anything here. I don't see anything that says anything about a loan. I do start with... Oh, what this is. Oh, I see. Maybe that's why I didn't see it, because there's actually a pull down here. So rides and tickets, you wouldn't think that would be there. Other cash. Aha, loan cash received. So we have $10,000 in loans, which is, but we only have about $7,000 in the bank. So I think that was the main reason why we're going to be losing a lot of money here. So we start with this not really completed coaster. And going through the other things here, we could start research. I think, what are other objectives? Build a coaster, we're already going to do that. Pay off all loans. We have one loan, which it has listed here. And then reach profit is mostly what we need, and then attract guests. So, if we complete this coaster, then we already will have achieved one of our goals for the medium thing. So let's go ahead and try and do that. So, the idea I had for this coaster was to come through and then come this way, and then I had a loop going, and then I was just going to have it come back around nice and simple. So let's see if we can do that. So I'm going to come over, select this, and then I think it's, edit track. So we need to build the track up here. So I'm not that experienced with coaster building. I think this is actually my second coaster build, and I'm not sure if I ever really truly completed one, to be honest with you. So this might even be my first one. I think that's good to go. I think we want to go up a little bit higher, but I think at this point I could probably start taking this down. Because what I'd like to do is I'd like to hook so that we're coming over top this, and then we'll fall down a good distance. We're going to hook around, fall down, do a loop, and then just come around and reconnect. At least that's what I'd like to do. So Let's switch over to normal track. And we're going to start... Ooh, that's not what I want to do. We want to complete this first. There we go. Then we'll go to normal track. And then I want to start curving this. And we want to get the curve so that we're coming across this bit of scenery here. And then down. I don't want this to be too severe. And maybe we want a little bit of a bank going. Something like that. And... I don't want it to be too severe of a drop. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. I think we can... bring the bank back. And this is looking a little bit too steep to me, so let's do that. And let's bring it back over this way. Something like that. I'm hoping that's not too sharp of a turn. We'll go out. And then the idea is we loop around. Let's again come up a little bit. And start curving this. Go up a little tiny bit more. We're just coming around this sign here, more or less. Should we bank it a little bit? Something like that. That looks pretty good. And then we'll go out again. Okay. I want... You know what? I don't like that. Let's back up here a little bit. Let's turn this a little bit. Actually, I feel like I need to start the turn back here a little bit more. Alright, let's do that. There we go. That's probably more what I'm looking for. And then we'll just be practically grazing the sign here. There we go. And let's do a little of a bit of a bank here. That looks good to me. And okay. So I think we can try the loop now. So I'm just going to take a loop, and we're going to do a loop to the right. Okay, so first things first, I don't know if that's what I want. I don't know if we got enough momentum, so I think we need to go down a little bit. So I'm actually going to cancel that. We're going to have this come out like we had before. I think we need to come down a little bit more. If it's going to be doing something like that. Or, you know, actually maybe we do this track first, then we do the loop. Oh, I think it took the bank away from me. Let me redo that. I think it was about 20% that I had it. Something like that. Okay, there we go. Now we do the loop. And we'll do loop to the right. But we're going to need to turn it because it already has this weird funky turn. So we're coming just next to this crane here. Okay. Hopefully we're not dropping too low here, but I think that will be okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Now hopefully after I come out of this loop, I'll have enough momentum to raise this thing back up. There we go. We'll do that kind of incrementally. And actually, the angle is probably perfect on that. We could go out a little bit this way. So we're going to need to come... Oops. I accidentally hit the wrong key there. So we're just going to go right back into edit track. I apologize for that. I meant to rotate the camera and I hit a different key. Okay. We're just going to bring this baby back around this way. Because the idea... And I think it didn't save my raising up either. There we go. That looks good to me. I don't want it to be too far off there. Okay, there we go. And I don't think it's time yet to do a curve, but we're still going to need to come up a little bit. I almost kind of wonder, there are some other types of track we can do, like, you can straighten this out. I wonder if we should do this for a little bit of momentum. All right, let's just, I guess, keep coming up a little bit. Not too much, though. And then I think I'm going to start the curve. So, let's bank it slightly. And then start going this way. We'll do kind of like a 45-degree angled turn here. Like that. And maybe a little bit more bank. Okay, that looks good to me. And again, I don't know if we have enough momentum to do this, so we're going to have to test it, but it looks good to me. As a matter of fact, why don't I just test it right now? Now, time does go by for the test, and this was the one area that I had a little bit of problem because I ran the test and I forgot to pause it while I was running the test, and then I didn't finish the coaster before I ran out of money. So let's go ahead and test. And you have to have time going to do that. And we'll just speed it up slightly so that we get it around at a reasonable pace here. Well, actually, I'll just let it go normal speed. It comes up. Hopefully we can make this bank okay. We come around. This is going to be where we get most of our momentum. Hopefully enough momentum to get around the loop, which we just managed to do. Perfect. And we're going to come down, get some more momentum, and then fly off the track. All right, stop the test and pause. Okay. So that did more or less what I wanted it to do. And I think that's as much of a bank as it's going to let me do. And I said 45-degree angle. I guess it's more 90 degrees that we're going at. Okay. Now, this doesn't have to be quite as severe because we're just trying to come in here. Matter of fact, let's just do... see, if the autocomplete wasn't so weird sometimes... Oh, you know what? That's actually not looking too bad. If we line this up a little bit better... It might autocomplete just fine. Maybe if we lower it just slightly... There, that looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that. I mean, it's maybe not the smoothest, but it looks pretty good to me. All right, let's do our final test. And unpause. And we'll just speed it up slightly. We go up there. And we come down. Do this tight bend. Come across, up and around, and back in. All right, perfect. Looking good to me, so, oh, cool, and I got some achievements there. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit done here. And we'll call this track... Trying to think, like, thematically here. We'll call it the Docks for now, until I think of a better name. Okay. I didn't see, actually, where our excitement and fear is. Let's actually do that really quickly, because I just want to make sure we're not, like, too nausea-inducing or anything like that. So, let's unpause here, get our quick test. Just pay attention to the excitement levels. Oh, I thought I hit start test. Start test. There we go. I have to keep an eye, though, on the money, because I am losing money as we speak. Come up. Excitement is pretty good. Fear, not too high, but then there we go. Get it right in a nice green zone. Not really too nausea-inducing. All right, that actually looked pretty good as far as everything goes, so we'll stop the test. And I think we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. And we should already have the queue and everything, right? There's the exit. And actually, this is probably the exit. This is the queue, I think. It's a pretty decent length queue, so people should pile in here. All right, let's go ahead and close that. And then while we're at it, let's go ahead and find the shops that are closed right now. And if I remember correctly, it's a couple food stands. So we've got toilets, an ATM, and I believe it's these two places that... No, these aren't closed. They're open. There's another couple somewhere, though, that are indeed closed. It's over here. Let's go ahead and open these suckers. Open. Open. Now, that might be a mistake. I don't know. We'll have to see. But we've got a ride. We've got a reason for people to come in. Now, the one thing that I'm probably going to need to do here is come in and grab a bunch of bins. Bins are always good for the park. So we'll put in a bin here by the... I almost had where I wanted it. Getting the trash can to go where you want it to is like the biggest challenge in this game. There we go. That's pretty good. And we'll put one... We already have one here, but we'll go ahead and put another one over... Well, first let's put a bench. Okay, and then we'll put a bin over in front of our sign so we can block our advertising, and then over in front of the other sign to consistently block advertising. And heck, we'll even put one out in front of the ATM in case people would just want to take whatever they just get out of the ATM, take the money and just throw it right away. Okay. And then we need some bins over here. Oop, doesn't want me to place it there, huh? All right, I'll just put it there. That works for me. And we'll put the other one right there. We need some benches over here. One there. And another one there. And another one. Come on, go where I want you to. Right there. Okay, looks good to me. We don't want to spend too much of our precious cash here. And I guess we can go ahead and put some bins. We already have a couple bins actually here. But we'll put another bin nearby the queue so people aren't taking their trash onto the ride. All right, so that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and unpause here. And I am going to go to normal time. Hopefully, we'll start seeing some cash come in. We could also do a ride. So let's take a look at what rides we have. Oh, you know what? I never did do research, did I? So we should have already built the coaster. So we're good there. So let me take a look at the research here. I always like to have a first aid facility. So we'll research that. And then I also would like a thrill-oriented... You know what? This costs me money. Never mind. We're trying to save money here. Let's get rides. Rides. Ooh, this is new. Victory. Oh, you know what? This is right down here would be a perfect place for this. Nice big ride. Let's rotate this sucker around. We're getting notifications. I want to take a look at those really quick. Okay. Incomplete coaster is incomplete. Alright, so we haven't had anybody get on this ride yet, but that's okay. People are starting to queue. But in the meantime, we'll get the victory here. And I'm going to put it right about here. Looks like a cool place for it. And then I don't want to get too carried away because of the money that we have. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pause here just so we don't run out of money. But I would like to have at least 2 rides going. So first, we're going to need to place an entrance. So the entrance I'm going to stick over here. And then place the exit, and we'll stick it right there. And then we need to connect the different things. So first we'll go with the... Oh, okay, that makes everything pretty easy. I'll put it right there. Looks good. Well, it kind of looked good until that happened. That doesn't look so good, but oh well. And then we need the Q path, and we'll probably connect it over there. And we'll go with this. And just bring this around. As a matter of fact, I should probably have it... As a matter of fact, I probably want to do priority passes, so I'm going to do kind of like a hook here. And then the priority pass will be able to just like walk through that without having to wait as long or go as long of a path. And then we'll just come out right in there. Good to me. And we'll go ahead and get the mandatory bins set up. So go to, well, you know what? Let's do the ride first. So we've got 51%. I am going to open it. And we'll call this, not E, trying to rotate the camera. We'll call this Adventure. That was the name of the ship of Captain Cook, if I remember correctly. And we'll open that on up, and we're good to go, I think, for that. So let's go to scenery here, and let's grab a bin. Now, we are going to want to improve the scenery for this ride, but for right now, I think we're going to be happy with just because we are a little bit short on cash. I don't want to spend too much cash on getting it prettied up. Not until we have for sure income. You know what? On the other hand, if we run out of money, we run out of money. So let's enable this ride for a priority pass. As a matter of fact, do we even have I don't know if we'd see it here. I'm not sure if there's a way to take a look at what... Oh, attractions and shops. That's probably it. So let's go to shops. We don't actually have a priority pass seller, so there isn't really a need to have a priority pass right this second. So let's just try and get some scenery for this guy. As a matter of fact, how is the scenery on this ride? It's at 100%, so we're good to go there. So for this ride, let's see what we can do just cheaply here. Scenery. First, let's do some trees and things. So let's see what we got. Yeah, trees are pretty cheap. So we'll go with one of these little bushy things here. That's pretty nice, and it fits in pretty well there. We will get a short palm, which we'll put right there, and then we'll grab some actual palm trees, which we'll put in here, and we'll have another one. It kind of... Let's rotate this a little bit. Kind of goes like that, and then we'll do one more palm tree, and it will sit in right there. Okay, and then we'll do one of these suckers right there, and we'll do this right there. Okay, what are we looking at as far as scenery right now? 64%, so we helped quite a bit there. Let's give us something interesting over here. Now, I do want to keep this open in case we want to take that priority pass and bring it over here. So something over here would be nice. Let's see, scenery. Let's go to props here. So what can we grab that would be pretty cool for this ride? Well, we could do a campsite. Ooh, that doesn't quite fit in the space. We could put it over here, though. Put that right in there. And we could do some other things around here. So we've got, there we go, a small pirate shack would be pretty cool. So we'll put it in like that. I'm not really paying attention to how much this stuff costs, but it looks like we're okay. And then we'll do another little shack right in there. And we could even put pirates in here if we wanted to. But I'm going to wait on that. And let's see where we are on the scenery at this point. We're at 72%. That's a good starting point. We could always improve it later. So let's go ahead and play. So the ride should be open. And hopefully we'll start making money here. Matter of fact, before we go ahead too much further, is there something I could squeeze in here while we still have cash? No. It looks like a no on that one. Well, technically the Teacups is a nice cheap ride. We might be able to fit that in like somewhere over here. Just as like a nice kiddie ride to have nearby, like the main area. Like we could fit it in over here. Actually, not really sure if there's many places I can fit rides in over here. I mean, technically we've got the space for it here, but then they've got these walls here that make it complicated to get anything path-wise. All right, well, let's see if we can fit it anywhere here. Ooh, it's a pretty big ride. I'm not sure that's going to work out for us. I mean, we could always put it over here somewhere or something, but I think I'm just going to hold off for now. All right. Oh, you know, we don't have any track rides either. Okay, well, let's go ahead and continue here. And we'll just let our coaster get people queued in, and hopefully that will start getting us some money. Matter of fact, one of the things that we could even look at, and I have never really done, is the actual ticket price. So let's increase this. I don't know at what point it will let me know if this is like too much money or even where I would find that. But let's try, matter of fact, let's just type this in. Let's try upping it to 20 and seeing what we get. And then over at our other ride, as a matter of fact, we'd probably be able to get away with more than that. Let's try 25. Okay? And we'll find out, I think, if that's too much money. And then over here, we're charging $4. Let's change that to 15. And let's go from there and see if that causes any problems. And just to have things go by a little bit here, I'm going to speed time up. Just going to keep an eye on my money. Right now, we are currently losing money. As a matter of fact, while we're at it, we could change the price of other things too, right? Pay them to use the restroom. I think you can charge people to use the restroom, but I don't think that's a good idea. How about over here? We come over here and items for sale. And strawberry. Matter of fact, what we're going to do is everything is going to be like $7.50, we'll say. Regardless of flavor. We'll make it all $7.50. Okay? And then over here, Chief Burger will make 15 bucks. Chief Burger XL, and this will make 10 bucks. So we'll really gouge prices here. Admission is free, but you pay for everything else. And we'll do the same kind of price changes over here. So $7.50 for everything. And over here. And over here. And then it was 15, I believe. And 10. All right, and I think we'll find out if those prices are too much. People will start complaining, I think. So let us go ahead and keep playing. I honestly am starting to think maybe we should close down these shops because nobody's coming here. Let's close these down. Probably save us money. Because that was the way they were before. And until we get more gas, which we are racking up at this point, I think it's a good idea to keep that closed. Because nobody's actually going to our places anyway. Alright, let's see if anybody actually goes to the rides now. Or they're saying anything. Okay, so they're saying the docks is too expensive. Whoops. Alright, well that's fine. Let's go ahead. Reduce the price. We'll go down to 20. I think it was 10 before. And this is 15. So nobody was actually complaining about adventure. Let's just see though. Okay, so they're still saying it's too expensive. Alright. Maybe I got a little carried away there. We'll go down to, let's say, 10. I think it was 4. We'll go to 10. And we'll go from there.